Bayo planned to retire from stardom at the age of 55. That was still 4 years away. He had been thinking seriously about retirement life. He had begun attending seminars on entrepreneurship. This was what he wanted to spend the remaining slice of his days on. He loved the freedom and confidence successful businessmen enjoy. Though business enterprise harbors peculiar challenges, Bayo also loved to develop fellow men in his country. He pictured himself in a position where he also could employ workers, no matter how modestly, and give people an opportunity to earn a living and pay taxes to the government. It was one of the tips he learned at seminars. According to one of his coaches, no employee should dream big about comfort or bank too much on job security. Only a business owner could afford to do so, especially when the business had become successful. Bayo would also not mind establishing a school. After all, he had gathered much experience in teaching and school management. Besides, he was a trained teacher who studied English/history education at the University of Benin. This projection would allow him to push his passion for molding the young. His only reservation was that he wondered if he would have enough capital to float a standard school, given the taste he had already imbibed in stardom. He recalled a major principle of entrepreneurship is starting small. He did not object to this, but experience had taught him a great lesson. The facility should be in an area where parents could pay for the kind of education he wanted to provide. He could not forget in a hurry how a neighborhood school, Fruitful Future, which he established alongside a friend shortly after his National Youth Service, crumbled due to socio-economic challenges in the location. Of course, he knew his wife would not fund any project that would hold him down in Nigeria. Bayo considered farming, food, and sachet water or bottled water business. But he also had a substantial inclination towards commercial transportation. He believed it was a business someone with minimal capital could begin with. An option he could readily chew over was buying a bus or a cab and leasing it to a driver. A fact about transportation, he knew, was that you begin to make money from the first day the vehicle is purchased. It is not like farming where you have to wait till the end of a season or cycle before your seeds or animals begin to yield. It is not like retail or distribution business either, where after getting a shop, you have to wait for customers to show up, customers who already had their preferred vendors before you arrived. Besides, in many cases, you need to earn the buyer's trust before they patronize you. However, when running a cab or bus, passengers have no loyalty to any driver or vehicle. Bayo knew, the newer the cab, the more attractive it is to commuters. The problem with transportation he learnt was that many commercial drivers one would have loved to engage with did not appreciate best practices. They were not trustworthy and often ended up ruining one's dream. At least 3 members at Stardom ventured into it and regretted doing so. The drivers frustrated the idea, defaulted on payment, and often told lies that the autos broke down. On some occasions, they colluded with mechanics to defraud vehicle owners. Despite these sour details, he believed there could still be a way out. There were, for instance, people who bought vehicles and laid them out to drivers, who in turn paid in installments. He also felt that if big transport companies like ABC Motors and God is Good Motors could operate successfully, there must be a way around these challenges. Of course, he did not need to worry about those entrepreneurship dreams. He was set to renew his teaching career in a new environment, new country, where he would earn more and share a new life with Siri, Nike and Kike. He knew life anywhere was not a bed of roses, and every place harbors its challenges. He read the story of a Nigerian teacher who got rattled the first day he walked into a class in a UK school. One of the students was said to have asked, "Are you an idiot?" Yet, if true, people knew that such an incident must be an isolated experience of migrants to Europe, and a good teacher should be able to handle that diplomatically. Okay, that will be end for chapter 2 of the Lakey Headmaster. Watch out for chapter 3 and answer the questions on the screen.